My name is Greg Casey. I work here with the Irish South and West, not full time. Uh, I keep my eye on what's happening with fishing in Europe, in the halls of the European Commission in Brussels, and in the European Parliament. Primarily because this year the common fisheries policy that has been in place since 2013 expires at the end of this year. So it needs to be extended or replaced. We want it replaced. Um, we have put that very strongly to the Commissioner, who, when we met him last October in Killybegs, um, was not aware of the difficulties and problems that Irish fishing has, but having heard what was said by Patrick Murphy from the Irish South and West and by other people who were there, Damien, our chairman, um, I think he got the message that fundamental change is required, because we're fishing on the basis of science from the 1970s and catches made during the 1970s. The science shows that fish stocks have moved north by on average 250 kilometres per decade over the past 40, 50 years, which means that the fish that we're catching in Irish waters now is the fish that used to be in Mid and South Biscay back in the 1970s and 1980s. So the common fisheries policy is based on a concept known as relative stability, which is based on the catches that countries were making over a 6-year period during the 1970s. But it's also supposed to take into account the special needs of coastal communities. And I think what it says, the special needs of coastal communities with a strong dependence on fishing. That fits the Irish coastline, which without fishing has nothing really. The ICES, there's an ICES, an International Council for the Exploration of the Sea paper, published in November of 2019, which goes through in great detail on the basis of science how fishing has changed, how fish stocks have changed in European waters over the past 40 years, and which makes the case that Ireland, amongst other countries, but particularly Ireland, does not have its fair share of the fish under the common fisheries policy. And on the basis of that paper alone, and taking into account the needs of coastal communities like Castletownbere and all the way along from Union Hall down to Kilmore Quay and Wexford and up to Galway, Russaville, the Aran Islands, and all the way up from Dingle to Killybegs and around to Lochfoyle. There is an urgent need for our politicians and for our regulators to actually read what the scientists are saying and to listen to what they say, and to then regulate the fishing industry on the basis of today's science, not on the basis of science from 40, 45 years ago.